All right, joining us on the Bottom Line Bombs is the return of our good friend Leav Schreiber to recap the latest episode of Hard Knocks. Leav, how we doing?
Good, CJ. How are you?
Oh, fantastic! Would love to hear from you. The audience loves hearing from you. I got to
Oh,
say, Leav,
good.
this happened to be, I'd say already, the best episode of Hard Knocks yet.
Yeah, this week on Hard Knocks training camp with the Chicago Bears, we looked at quarterbacks, got a peek inside the front office, and met an Australian rugby player. That's not a punter. This is a punter. Nicknames are earned, not given. And Australian rookie punter Tory Taylor showed off his leg and his disdain when the media attempted to dub him the crocodile punter. I can't tell if he's funny or if he's a bro. Is he a Pat McAfee or a Pat McAfee? What
Yeah,
do you
he seemed to
think?
be a fun. He seemed to be a fun character. I like when he was getting lost driving to the stadium and all those Chicago security guys just trying to hold him up. But yeah, he seems like a fun guy.
It seems like I kind of like crocodile punter.
Yeah, I thought crocodile punter's catchy. I don't. I guess like Australians, they don't like him, maybe, or maybe that he's dead. I don't know.
Sure. Oh, he's hard to read. He's like a 12th grade level book to a Chicagoan. Hard to
Oh,
read.
hard to read, right? Yeah.
But reading is what quarterbacks do with defenses. And when it came time to cover the coverages, with head coach Matt Eberflus, quarterback Caleb Williams had a good read and claimed practice was harder than a game. But you can't practice for a podcast. Would you press a button to win 10 Super Bowls but kill a Bears fan?
Oh yeah, you're talking about when he was on with Big Cat and PFT. Yeah, that was a cool moment for those podcasts. It's good to see them do well there.
Oh, you know those guys?
Well, I mean, we're all in the same ilk, of course, but yeah, it was fun to see them make the big time on HBO there.
Which Bears fan would you kill?
Probably Big Cat. It's like
Oh,
his
okay.
role.
I was thinking Vince Vaughn.
Yeah, there's plenty of Bears fans you could take out. Billy Corgan, a lot of them get out there that you really just want to wipe out. The Belushi, of course.
Yeah. Even Murray these days, right? Bill Murray getting kind of
Well, I mean,
annoying.
he is a treasure,
He's
but
a
yeah, things
legend.
he's a legend. He's getting a little problematic as he gets older, but aren't we all, Leave?
When Williams was asked that question on a podcast hosted by a white football guy and a white wacky guy, he channeled the spirit of a Chicagoan finishing an entire Chicago deep dish pizza and pretended to struggle. Former NFL quarterback Matt Ryan visited to fawn over backup quarterback Tyson Bagent. There are no fawns on the chessboard, only pawns, and chess is the opposite of arm wrestling. We got Matt Ryan to visit so that we could use him as a segue to talk about Tyson Bagent's arm wrestling father. Tyler Bagent is a 28-time arm wrestling world champion. But the world champion of this episode was another quarterback, rookie Austin Reed. When singing Keisha Cole's 2005 Billboard Hot 100 hit, Love, Reed didn't wrestle with arms, but with his own vocal cords.
That's a good segue, Leave there. Yeah, it seems to be fun. That karaoke machine, the team really seems to rally around that, huh?
It's a hit. It's like the only joy they get.
Right. It's a lot of work, but they do like to sing old hits, that's for sure.
And general manager Ryan Poles wrestled not with arms, but with his decision to trade for Patriots pass rusher Matthew Judon. Like an attempt of a Chicago native to turn down a customary shot of disgusting liqueur Jepson's Malort, the trade was ultimately unsuccessful. But what was successful was the Bears' draft day dealings for gifted pass rusher Austin Booker. He wowed on the field, but his sound bites are like former Bears quarterback Take Your Pick, entirely forgettable. Booker's interview was better before we cut out all the dirty words. Like spending money, the McCaskey family has forbidden it.
Yeah, that's been a big story. Kind of not a big story, but a fun story there. How this is the first Hard Knocks season ever where there's no swearing words because you guys did it for the McCaskey family, who step on the poor, but they don't like swear words. It's very, very nice of you guys.
We'll do anything for access, sweet access. The McCaskies are white, and in a joint practice, so was Cincinnati Bengals quarterback Joe Burrow's freshly frosted locks. His head resembles a mound of soft snow, and he's lucky Velas Jones' ferret Crash is dead, because if it saw his hair, it might make like Joe's last name and burrow. Snow wasn't the weather the Bears had to deal with, but rain. And it was raining good ideas about chairs in President and CEO Kevin Warren's office as his team discussed plans for a new stadium. An average Bears fan will exert over 2.5 pounds per square inch of pressure every time they disappointedly fall back onto their seats after a routine home loss. And with 6 home losses for Chicago last season, the chairs are important. But not as important as getting reps. And it took quarterback Caleb Williams and the Bears offense 14 reps to finally get it right. During 3 straight 3-and-outs, it was the Bears defense who looked a lot like an average Chicago resident. Stout. But like the servers at famous Chicago eatery Ed DeBevick's, Williams got the last laugh, spinning out of a would-be sack to score his first NFL touchdown. He held on to his prized touchdown scoring football as tightly as one would an Al's Italian beef sandwich in the middle of a Wrigleyville bar crawl.
Now, Liev, I have to bring this up. I don't mean to interrupt you here, but you bring up Ed DeBevick's every week here. Have you been to any other restaurant in Chicago?
I've been to old Chicago, but not in Chicago.
Oh, Chicago, I see, because I know you like Ed DeBevick's, and it's a fine little novelty place, but Chicago's got a lot of wonderful restaurants. You should stretch outside a little bit more than Ed DeBevick's, I'm saying.
It's, I grew up in a household where it's comforting to me to be in that environment.
To be yelled at and screamed at, that's kind of reminds you of at home a little bit.
Yeah, old Papa.
Papa Schreiber was a little mean with poor little laddie Liev.
Allegedly. I think I can say that now since you changed the spelling of my name.
We hate to see you leave, but we like to spell it that way. That's our new slogan here. But let's wrap up. That was an interesting segment about the new stadium. I feel like they kind of made you put it in there.
Are they now just going to build it? Where
they just keep they keep threatening to bring it out and bringing it back in, like, to the suburbs and Arlington and stuff like that, and but they just keep building on top of the original Soldier Stadium, and they can't get rid of the original structure because everyone gets pissed because it's like, it's soldiers, it's war veterans,
the pillars.
Refrigerator Perry's not an actual war veteran.
Any Chicagoan will tell you that binge drinking can make you green in the face. But on the sideline at the game, Simone Biles was green in the jacket, wearing her husband's safety Jonathan Owens' old team's colors, green, bay. A fashion faux pas reminding them that when it comes to their rival's consistent quarterback play, Chicago fans are still green, with envy. And Caleb Williams may still be green in experience, but his backup's dad could beat up your dad, and the blood that pours out of your dad's nose will be the same color as Biles' embarrassed face. Red.
Oh, gee, wow, Liev. He always seems to leave us gory. Last time it was a Chicago crime. Now it's our face. Now it's our face getting smashed by the arm wrestler. But it is great to have you. Thank you for wrapping up Hard Knocks episode 3. There's only a couple episodes left, and now comes the famous episodes where they start cutting people that we've grown to know and love. That's got to be a sad time for you guys around there, huh, Liev?
I mean, it's drama.
Right. Yeah, it's great. It's great TV. It's very compelling. But it's
one
kind
of
of
these
sad to see these guys
quarterbacks has
go.
got to go, huh? Don't you think? We just did an entire episode, all quarterbacks.
Right. Usually when they go into your household, when you start visiting the family, like Austin Reed, you're gonna get cut. Like if more emotionally we get attached, you're gone.
And he's the only one that we did that with so far, right?
Right. Yeah. I don't know who Caleb's parents are,
I think we tried to do more, but they were all just cussing so much. It was horrifying. Couldn't use it.
Is that tough on you, Lee, that you can't cuss around the show?
Well, I'm a peer with the McCaskies. I'm rich.
That's right. You are.
So I tell them to fuck off. Let me use my cuss words, McCaskies. I shout, and they turn up their hearing aids, and well, this is the year, right?
This is the year. How could it possibly go wrong? They look amazing. They look like the best team in the league.
They do.
And you guys
so does
have
everyone we
with
feature
it.
every year.
Right, everyone you do
we
feature.
get your hopes up. Remember Felix Jones? I drafted Felix Jones one year just based on a slow-mo shot of him breaking a tackle.
I know. I'm ready to draft the goddamn punter after last week's episode.
Yeah, he's exciting.
He's like Scotty Scheffler, for crying out loud.
Yeah.
All right, Liev. Well, thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week, buddy.
All right. Thank you.